What's up, YouTube? Hey YouTube, Xavier 1975 hollering at you. Getting ready to take you out a country road today. Icylink's joining me. I'm going to take you down that one road that, one of the roads that I like that I went on the other day where I seen that deer, and probably won't get to see any other deer today, but it's still a nice scenic ride, so we're going to go check that out today for you. Trying out a couple new couple things with my GoPro. I've got a secondary GoPro mounted here on the front of my bike off a clamp stand that I had picked up, so I'm gonna try it out and see how that works. And decided to try mounting my other GoPro on a side mount on my helmet instead of on a top mount. I thought the top mount looked really dorky, so I've been looking for a way to, you know, switch that, and I finally decided to go ahead and mount it on the side. And I'm not sure if I like it. It looks a little bit less dorky mounted on the side than it does on the top, but it was really hard to get to the right angle. I mean, try to get it to where it gave the right field of view, and I'm a little bit more particular that it's not crooked or, you know, pointing down or pointing up. And so I played with it and finally got it to where I thought was an okay angle. There goes Noobish, in case you hadn't figured that one out. Guys, well, we just managed to make it through the other side of downtown Winchester. In case I hadn't told you, I really hate driving in town. It's not supposed to rain today, but it's looking awful cloudy up through there. Hopefully we won't run into no bad weather. Probably going to stop here in a minute and put this other GoPro on Icylink's bike so he can get some perspective from his bike today. I mostly just wanted to try out this handlebar mount and see how that would look. Got a smaller SD card in it that's not really the right speed, so it may not record for crap anyway, but mostly I just wanted to see what kind of a point of view I would get from that camera mounted like that. See if that might work for some recordings. Past two of the places I plan on starting taking pictures. Maybe I should have left my camera at home. We're riding alongside a creek here. I don't know if you can see that in the video. Kind of nice. And coming up on this bridge, that's one of the spots I was going to stop and take a couple pictures. The only problem is I don't think they really have a good spot where I can pull over. Not a lot of traffic on this road, so maybe I can just stop here real quick and take a couple photos without causing a traffic jam. So, might help if I can remember how to turn it on. cows up on the hill there. Big Mac, cheeseburger, and over there's the Whopper. There's the McJunior. I don't think that's actually a hamburger, McJunior. Oh, here's a good spot to pull over. Ooh, bumpy spot. Bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. Starting about right here, we start getting into some Irish roads. Alright, we got that straightened out. Back on the road. Really good thing about a water-cooled bike, doesn't overheat. Yeah, this country road cuts way out through the country here, and it's almost a one-lane road. It's more like a lane and a half, so not quite an Irish road, but you can ride the entire length of the stretch that we're going on and not see one single car on the road sometimes. Just because there's so few people that live out here, and then once we get to a certain point, it really becomes isolated with one, maybe two houses. And then the traffic is almost, you know, pretty much non-existent. But the other camera back on Icylink's bike, it's pointed to the side. I couldn't find a good place to mount it. His mirrors, rear view mirrors, were blocking a view, and his front scoop there, his front windshield didn't seem to be sturdy enough to hold it. I'd borrow his camera just to add a little extra video and to try out a couple different angles like I told you there a while ago, I think. The gentleman didn't know what the hell was going on with my helmet. More cows. I'd stop and take a picture of those, but I would be tickled to see another deer today, but that's probably not going to happen. You guys watch this video and you'll be saying, man, I wish I had twisty roads like that around here so I could go flying around them on my sport bike. Come to think of it, about every other time I come up through here I see deer. Or at least several of the times I've come down through here. We ride this way quite a bit. Place I'm going to, my wife really enjoys. And you know, the viewers may not think much of it once we get there. It's hard to say, but it's a little creek spot where the road crosses a stream, and I mean, you'll see it when we get there, but it's a very scenic little spot usually, and you can sit there on the edge of the road and listen to the stream, and it's kind of peaceful, and there's no traffic, rarely ever. That's one of two things that I hate about wearing this damn helmet. I can't smoke, and I can't drink my coffee. This isn't the way that I'm going to go, or it's not where I'm going to end up, but there's a real pretty spot down here I want to go real quick and check out. A real pretty spot to show you and maybe take a picture or two. But then I'm going to turn around and go back down the other road. And I went this way before, and you know, stayed on this road and come out. The only problem is the ways down through here, unless they've changed it, you have to drive through the creek or the stream to get to the other side of the road. And it's not like a smooth creek bed. It's got a bunch of big rocks in it, and I went through it before on my other motorcycle, but I'm not going to take this one through it. I'm not going to take that chance. So I'm just gonna, there goes a heron up there in the air. They fish the creeks for small minnows, things like that. I don't know if you can see that if I'm looking in the right direction. There's a lot of those around here. They'll wade through the creeks and pull little minnows and stuff out of the creeks. This is pretty much the end of the line right here as far as I'm going to go on this road. We'll stop and take a couple photos real quick. See, you don't even have to live in New York to get graffiti, or Chicago. It's every damn where. This is a pretty little bridge out in the country though, so I thought I would stop and try to take a photo or two before I turn around. I don't want to go any farther down this road. I'm going to turn around and go back down the other way. I just wanted to come up and take a couple pictures of this bridge. If you keep going down this road, you come to a spot where the road crosses through the creek, and you actually have to drive through the creek to get to the other side.
About that light. Are you logging?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty curvy road back there. It's pretty fun if there's another one with any cars.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of traffic on this road, period, but you just never know when you're going to come up on that one.
That one person who likes to speed.
That would be you.
I know.
See if I can get one snap of this bridge before we leave here. I've got to try to turn this damn beast around, so... Too, where I'm not used to wearing the big helmet. Ooh, gravel under my foot. That's never good. Makes me feel like I can't see anything. My field of vision is much more reduced than it would have been. these days I'll ride back up that road and see if they've put a bridge in up there yet, but I don't think I'll be going back up that way until they get a bridge put in. That's the biggest problem. There's only like one person that lives up through there. I mean, it does connect to another main road, but past that bridge, there's very few people that live up there, and they're, I guess, not willing to spend the money to put a bridge in there for just those couple people. I don't know what's happened recently to cause the road to be so rough. Here's the spot. Water's been up real bad here lately, so it's probably maybe washed the area out a little bit. Wife loves this spot though. We'll come down here and sit on these graffitied pylons and just relax for a half an hour, I'm probably going to stop for a minute here.
Huh?
I'm probably going to stop for a minute here if you want to turn your bike off. Take a quick break.
Oh, yeah.
My kids will bring their people will bring their kids down here and let them walk in the stream. And where it's out in the country, there's not a lot of pollution, thankfully. Out here generally. Big field over through there.
Hey, you know this is a lot, right?
Alright, so we'll catch you in a minute. We're going to take a quick break. Let me just do a slow pan here real quick before I turn you off. Really pretty spot. And where these pipes come out above the water line, as the water runs through all the different pipes and hits the water, it's kind of got a waterfall sound to it. It's really nice. You may or may not be able to hear it. Alright, well, yeah, I'll let you in a minute. I'm going to drink some coffee real quick and we'll get back with you in a minute. Alright guys, we're going to get back on the road, so it's one of the best features of this Voyager and the Vaqueros. You can turn the ignition on and then pull your key back out. You don't have to leave your key in the ignition. Love that feature. I'm fogging up here. Waiting on Nubis back there. Wife's nickname is Naughty Nice. She rides with me a whole lot. She actually rides with me most of the time. And I probably won't do any motovlogging while she's with me, but I'll still probably record my rides. Where the hell did Nubis go? There he comes. I was mentioning earlier about the side mount. We'll check that footage out and see how good that looks. A lot of people do the chin mount, which is really nice, but unfortunately I've got one of these helmets that you know, has a vent set up right there, and there's no way to mount it in the front, or I would do that. That would probably be the ideal setup. There's not going to be probably a lot through here to look at. It's just a small, narrow, windy road. Oh, squirrel. Watch out, Mr. Squirrel. So I'll probably cut out most of this footage. I mean, it's scenic, it's pretty, it's a small, windy road, but, you know, there's not going to be a whole lot to look at, so I'll probably cut most of this footage out in the cut that I upload. Oh, there's deer. There's two of them. I guess we will see deer today. I don't know if you got that on the camera. If you can see it right there's one. Shit. And there went the other one. And over there is no wind. No, seriously, jag visste inte för mig. Jag har rätt att ifrån det. Jag får det. Yeah, there it is. Slow a second. Most. I don't know if you saw either one of those, but they were right on the road, and I know when I turned my head that one time, it didn't turn it in the right. I was looking right at it, but I'm sure the camera wasn't. I'll have to review that footage later. And see if you can actually see them on the GoPro. They were actually pretty close to us, but like I said, on the GoPro, everything looks so far away, which any of you guys that ride and report know that. Stop. Bitch is pretty damn heavy. Looks like they're rebuilding their dock here. I saw it coming down this hill here. It was very pretty too. It's one of the things I really need to mount my camera on, like my hand, that way, you know, when I'm coming up on a scenic spot. Oh, I like this bridge too, it's pretty. You know, that way I can just point my hand at the scenic spot without having to try to turn my head and worry about keeping my eyes on the road at the same time. Some nice horses. Things on the left and right side I can see pretty good without actually turning my head very far, but then to try to make sure I get a good angle with the camera, I'm turning my head even farther than I normally would. I'm generally keeping one eye on the road anyway, but passing another really scenic spot today, but unfortunately I'm not going to have time to take you up there. There's this one piece of land the guy was offering to sell. We just had to stop there once before. It was really beautiful. Had a really nice kind of a cabin style house out in front of a big pond. Well, I'm not really sure it was cabin style, but anyway, really nice house with a really big pond right off. Beautiful piece of land, and we'd stop there to take a look at it. And he'd come out and talk to us. But due to work, I'm not going to have the time to drive up there today. Let Icylink take the lead for a little while. We've got a long stretch ahead of us. Well, we're getting rid of one anyway. Oh, maybe both of them. How nice would that be? Alrighty then. He's fast, but it's not a whole lot faster than my bike. He'd leave me sitting over time, but got a lot quicker takeoff anyway. And he could curve faster than me. That just tells you, I mean, that's a 750, this is a 1700. That shows you the difference between a sport bike and a cruiser. Making sure we don't need to